Yes, a fully working Steam Deck. Oh yes, I'm streaming from Steam Deck Cam. How cool is that, guys? For those of you that said, what's it like, Rokk? I have rigged it up into OBS so I can show you. So for the next 20 minutes, we're going to have a look at Steam Deck. This is literally my Steam Deck. I would normally put myself in the proper corner, but I need to see that little back button. I've also got a mouse and a keyboard rigged up so that I can use both, and we can flick between because thank you, Winstar. I was going to show you on the chat, but I can't because I haven't got it set up. So yeah, I wanted to kind of explain very quickly for those of you that have not got one, thinking of getting one, and kind of what's it all about. Number one, numero uno, is that you can come at this device in two ways. You can come at it like this, which is essentially with a controller, or of course the device itself, which in and of itself, as you can see, is a handheld device. But you can either play it out the box in this form, which is, as you can see, essentially it is Steam OS, so you can play your games if you've got games. If I come down to my library, there we go. We can have a look at my games. These are all my Steam games that I've got. I've set these up, I think, in the order of when I last played them. I've got I've got a fair library. Oh, look at that! Did you see what it did? You're probably hearing this as well. If you're not, don't worry, but I'm not either. So, yep, you are good. Okay. What do I see, Mr. Urban World? You see me embedded in my Steam Deck. How cool is this? So yeah, you can set up your catalogues and your libraries, and you can literally just play as you would want with your games. Okay, now I've gone the extra mile, and I have set up things like the ability to play GeForce Now, which plays absolutely flipping lovely. This is the smallest version, Chariot Man, the cheapest one, with a 256 gig A2 SD card for extra storage. Make sure you buy an A2 SD card. Don't get an A1, the older type, because it's slower rewrite. I paid £26 for my little SD card, which wasn't bad. Got it on Amazon. It's a Samsung, and all you got to do is format it and you're away. It's all in there. So this is the one way. I'm going to quickly show you the other way. So ultimately it is a PC. All right, so this is it with its Steam OS, and if you want to, you can just play your games. I've got one installed, which is the From Space demo. If we've got time, I will fire it up. But if I press the Steam button, imagine I've just pressed that button that says Steam, and I come down to power and switch to desktop. Now I will need, this will disappear, and I'll need to turn this off and then turn it back on again. There we go. What we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is actually a Linux Windows-based operating system. So you can see this is just like Windows. So you can either use this thing without getting into any of this, purely to download your Steam games, play those Steam games, lovely jubbly, or you can go across to your desktop over here, and literally the whole thing operates like a Windows. It's Linux, but you can sideload Windows. To be honest with you, though, it's a pain in the bottom to do it. I'm not going to bother. I'm quite happy leaving it like this. And yeah, all of this is literally you can go to all your stuff. So you can. It's mine. This one is connected. Normally it's connected to Wi-Fi. I've actually got this in a dock that I bought yesterday, not the official dock, one at half the price. But as you can see, it works and runs beautifully. And over here, you can even, believe it or not, you can still run Steam and play games within the desktop. It still works and it looks very similar. So I can drag this out here. I can go to my library and you'll see that my library and my collections are identical. It's just, you know, the more kind of recognized interface that you guys see. However, this is a bit more techy. It's a bit more get your hands dirty. And if you want to do what I've done, which is install, get xCloud Gaming and GeForce Now to work, which you have to do by monkeying about with copies of the Edge browser. If you want to do all that stuff, then you can. But when I first got it on, well, I spent the whole of yesterday getting that set up, because you want to go off and watch some videos. There's a number of them. Bill from Nerd's Nest, he has one. He has a load of Steam Deck videos, actually. But I watched 3 or 4 to really get my head into it before I even started on it. And then once I was happy with it, I got it set up, and they really do work well. So let's go back into gaming mode. Double click, give it a second. Takes a little second or two. Sometimes I'm never sure if I've actually double clicked it. There we go. Multi-gamer, how are you, my friend? It's Cloud Gamer 201. Great to see you, buddy. Right, I just need to turn that off and then turn it back on again, and that will, because between the desktop and the gaming solution, there are different resolutions. So I have to turn it off in OBS and turn it back on again. Ah, the joys of spring. Right, let's do it again. Why is that not working this time? I can hear it. You can hear it, yeah? Deactivate. Activate. There we go. There we go. Good. Right, now I'm back to my controller. So I bought I bought a brand new Xbox controller because if you do anything in the cloud, quite frankly, they're the best. I can hear music now. I couldn't hear it before. It's all coming out. It's all coming back to me. So what I've got in here then is a couple of things. What we got? Quarter of an hour. Excellent. So what I want to do is show you firstly xCloud or GeForce Now. Let's go to xCloud to begin with. So you just press play. It runs the application and give it a second. This white screen is actually Microsoft logging me in. I tried setting this up with a Chrome browser, and the first thing you'd see was Google saying, can you log in? It's like, no, I can't log in. I'm sat here with an Xbox controller 7 feet away. It takes a second or two, but it's doing it all in the background. There we go. So, as you can see, it's an excellent, awesome implementation of Xbox xCloud. Everything's going on here, and it looks amazing. So there's that medieval dynasty thing that we talked about just now. So if I want to play that in the cloud, I'm already logged in. Oh, hello. What am I doing in Peggy? I pressed the wrong link. Now then, don't worry. I did this the other day. It was annoying, to say the least. I don't know how we got here, folks. I tell you why we got here. Because what it is in essence a browser. You're running Edge, right? So what we do is we'll go back to xCloud if we can. We'll quit out. Go back in again. You know, it is a fudge. I mean, you're having to run xCloud, but it's done in a way that it's kind of full screen and it's kind of kiosk and it works. So it's not like, let's get down to here. Where are we? Medieval dynasty. Here we go. Now then. There we go. There we go. This is all recognizable. You know what this is all about. The other thing to bear in mind is, by the way, one of the things that I don't like very much is playing on a small screen. The screen on this thing, though, is more like a 7-inch tablet. It's much bigger than a phone. So, I mean, obviously this is huge. Look at tiny me down here. And you can connect it via HDMI to your TV or a monitor, which is what I've done. Now, I've never played this game before. I have no idea what it's about, but I wanted to just show you that it works absolutely perfectly. It's loaded up as quickly as you'd imagine. It's going to be 1080p. not least because I'm exporting from it in 1080p, but you can, not with these cloud services, but certainly with the installed games, you can push it out at 4K. I did it yesterday with the demo of From Space, although I toned it back down to 1440 because it was a bit liggy-laggy. I don't know what this is all about. Let's get beyond this. But you can see how good it looks. I mean, you know, we're not messing about here. And GeForce Now looks great as well. You know, with all your 4K games and stuff at 1080, it still runs at 60. It looks brilliant. Right, I think we'll come out this one because it's going to take a while. What am I doing? Sorry, cross to xCloud and down to exit. Confirm. I don't know why we're in there. Let's get out of there. And what we will do is we will put this one on From Space, which of course we were going to get on Stadia. You can do all sorts of settings as well, so I just like to make sure that I've got the resolution sorted. Yep, native, so that's good. You've got the ability to force it to run with a Windows emulator, so you can in fact install games that aren't even really meant to run on that well on Linux. But as I say, you've got two tiers of this. You've got the, I don't want to know any of that stuff, I just want to play my games. Then you can do that, absolutely perfect. The Rokk deck, exactly. But if you want to get your hands dirty, add in cloud gaming services and stuff, at the moment, the only way to do that is by using the whole Edge browser thing. However, I am at this moment in time trying to get our good friends at GeForce Now to look at doing a dedicated app. Right, so here we go. From Space. Again, I think you can hear this. It's actually a pretty good looking game anyway, even at 1080p. But you can see we're 1080p, but I'm banging this out on a 1440p stream to YouTube. This is 60 frames per second. No, Dorrigan, you do not want to be thinking about things like that, my friend. You can play with your friends, by the way. You can pull those in. So any Steam friends you've got, this is the little keyboard that comes up automatically. You can choose them. Pick up a gun. If I shoot, you'll hear there's no lag or latency. It's perfect. This is a game that I've got installed, so whoa, here they come. So as you can imagine, it should run pretty darn well. It's a demo on Steam, it's free if you do want to give it a little play, just like they did with early access on Stadia. When you install it locally, you can play it in up to 4K, 4K 60, 4K whatever, to be honest, depends what you've got. Gotta go across here. Where are we? We've got 10 minutes, that's good. Some more Aliens. I've played this a couple of times, just to test and check stuff. When I was doing this earlier, I was getting a lot of sound lag, and I fixed it, so it's all good. You should still be hearing it, and you shouldn't be getting any. I'm just looking now. Actually, you may not be hearing it. Apologies if you're not hearing it. It's not your fault. It's just blame the technician. I'm seeing it on here. I don't see why you guys are not seeing it. Elgato Audio. Whoops. Killed me when I wasn't looking. Dastard. That was dastard, as in dastardly. I want to get you absolutely correct on that front. Elgato Audio. Here we go. Let me just probably just need to. Yeah, there you go. Let's get it plugged in. Digital audio. There we go. Right, you should now be hearing it. Sorry about that, guys. You can hear it now. It's all good. Hey everyone, long time no see. It's Cloud Gamer 201. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're keeping well. This is what PC gamers have been telling console gamers for years. How now that it's affordable in portable package, you're waiting to see what I do with mine. Ooh, what you can do with yours. Take it on holiday. Holiday! Oh, roguelike, straight back to the beginning. Right, okay. So, you can hear it now if I shoot. Boom, boom. Can you hear that? Hopefully you can. Did you ever give Coffee Talk a play, Rokk? Coffee Talk. I did, my friend. Thank you very much for buying that for me. I played it for quite a while, actually. I don't think I completed it. And then the sad thing was, after you'd bought it for me, they brought it out on Xbox, free on Game Pass. I thought, oh, typical. Thank you so much for that, my friend. Yeah, I should play that at some point. I'll put it on GeForce now. Next to you. Good shout. I haven't... what I've been doing since the demise of Stadia is I've really just been trying to get the whole kind of content thing sorted for my podcast stroke VOD stroke shows. And I feel like that's really coming into its own now, particularly after the Thursday show last week. That went really well, and I kind of feel like the whole thing's happening. So the next thing I want to do is work on the game streaming. But I'm loving... What do you think of this, guys? Honestly, this playing by Steam Deck. I mean, it looks great, doesn't it? If I was literally plugged into just GeForce Now, or you know, you see, the thing about playing it from here is, and I'm using the dock that I bought yesterday, which was half the price of the official dock from Valve. Here's the brawler. As well as having that. Let's turn it down a little bit. Sorry, guys, and that one as well. I've got my Elgato plugging straight into it. So the beauty of it is, yes, I could stream GeForce Now, not a problem. And in fact, I could stream xCloud and you know, my PC games. But here, I can install them on the Steam Deck. I don't have to have them running on the PC. I've been getting issues and I have no real knowledge as to why. When I've been trying to stream with the PC. So I can literally install them on the Steam Deck, plug it in, and it's like having an external PC that you're playing on. The quality's great, isn't it? I mean, look at that. It's, you know, it's pumping it out at 1080p. I could even push it out at 1440 or higher. But to be honest, most people tend to have, you know, watch on phones and things, don't they? So I think it works really well. Thank you, Ray, for letting me know it sounds good. Oops, let's get these dudes. Where are we? We've got 5 minutes. But yeah, the sounds are good. You know, the game looks cool, and I can literally install any game at all. Now, I've now got, what have I got to play with? 250. I've got about 270 gig of space. Well, you know, games like Destiny, they're like 80 gigs. You know, it's easy to fill up, even a 256. And when you know, so even if you're paying for the bigger version, which of course has got slightly faster memory because it's all built in, I don't think it matters too much though. And you know, you can go all the way up to a terabyte card, but you're looking at about $160, $190 for one of those guys. And quite honestly, so I installed Hot Wheels yesterday, I installed this, and I installed Humankind, which is an epic game. Oh, I must show you that. Not that game, but something else that I've got on here. Now, in fact, we'll do that now. We're almost through this piece. Look at that, we leveled up. Right, it's come out of this game. Same thing. Exit game. Confirm. It's cool, isn't it? And I'm just going to come over here and show you under my collections. I think it's in here. No, non-Steam. Here we go. Come back. Back. Right, non-game. Here we go. Heroic Games Launcher. Thanks to Sean, my friend Sean Wolock, for this little tip. This is literally, you're going to love this, Epic Game Launcher on Steam. So your Fortnite and any of your games that are Epic only, you can literally use this Epic Game Launcher and it will install them on the Steam Deck and you can run them from here. So in fact, I have got this game still on here, Humankind. DNA thingy bob, which I never really properly played because it's I had it on my PC. I couldn't be bothered to come out here. So you can, and GOG as well, yep, and GOG as well, Johnny, thank you. That's also on here. So you can put these separate launchers in place, and then you can play Fortnite and stuff, because of course Fortnite isn't on Steam. So you could just go in, and installing those are really, really easy, much easier than getting xCloud and GeForce Now on this little box. So you literally this is your gaming hub. It's almost like having the switch for your PC stuff. Plug it into your TV, you've got GeForce Now, you've got xCloud, you've got Epic, you've got Steam, you've got GOG, and you've literally got just about everything. And of course, if you wanted, you can install a launcher for Boosteroid, for Black Nut, on and on it goes, all from this little puppy. It's a really decent little device. I love the lo-fi music. Oh, thank you, Geek. Oh, on the coffee talk. I thought you meant this. Yeah, no, it's a great little game. Mate, listen, you bought it. I really appreciate it. This is a funny little game that I always wanted it because I love anything that's kind of historical, and if it goes even further back in time, super excited. So this one is all about our earliest ancestors, like Australopithecus in the jungles or the prairies of Africa, and you essentially have to, it's a bit like a survival game. You have to kind of control them to survive and then evolve through their DNA. It's an interesting little game. Yeah, I've got Proton on here as well, Johnny. Thanks, my friend. Yeah, it's very good. I've got the UpQT version, so I can make sure that it will run Windows stuff. I'm still my little project at the moment is to try and get PS Plus to run. I've watched videos that enable it to happen. In fact, the old CGX boys have one, but I tried it. The trouble is it was using the kind of earlier WebOS stuff, so I couldn't really get it to work, but I'm still on the hunt for that one. Probably not going to get to play this, but I just wanted to prove the point. This could just as easily be Fortnite. It doesn't have to be. Now the only thing is you've come out of Steam OS, so I'm pressing the Steam button, but it ain't working. Here we go. It takes a little while because it's running its own little launcher. There we go. Exit game. Dee. There you go, and we come completely out of Heroic Game Launcher. But I've also even got OBS Studios. Don't chuckle, it works. I streamed a complete game yesterday. It's on my channel. Go and watch it. It's called Aperture Desk Job. And it took me an hour to play it. I've streamed the whole thing using OBS. So the game was running on desktop mode on here, right? Let's come out here. So it was running on OBS in desktop mode on the Steam Deck, running a game. So I was playing a game while streaming OBS from the Steam Deck. Literally, I didn't have to use a PC or a monitor or a third party anything. So here we are. We're back in. So if I choose OBS, should work. Where's my little mouse? There it is. Let's get it up and running. There we are, look. And those of you that have ever used OBS, you'll recognize this as OBS. And all I did was use my window capture. There it is. Chose a game that I was playing and captured it. Streamed it straight to YouTube. Boom. And you can go and look at the results on my channel. What I didn't do was set up a mic or have any kind of other input there. And at the moment, I wouldn't be quite sure how to get the camera to work, but you know what I'm like, guys. I'll get it there. So there you go. There was our little look at Steam Deck. I'll pop this out as a VOD at some point to go back to the welcome channel. So there's a few questions here. Pete says, "What Rokk, is the Steam Deck heavy?" You wouldn't. Kind of there. Sorry. It's not going to... I don't even know why I lifted it up, because it gives you no indication. Is it heavy? Well, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to put it... You could use it for exercising if you put it straight out, right? But if you sat there with it resting on your lap, it's fine. So what else we got? I can't get Discord to run in the background when gaming yet. Yeah, for the audio and stuff. Yeah, no, I haven't tried, but I don't use Discord anyway when I'm streaming. Guys, we're probably going to have to call it a day. It's just gone 6. I never like to crash William's channel. What's he called again? Simply Pawned Gaming. Brain lock. So get over and watch him. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed that little treat. It's relevant because, of course, it's all Steam, cloud gaming, and so on. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. And tomorrow we got Rokk Show. Should be fun. And Wednesday I'm going to be back. We'll have probably look at Boosteroid on Wednesday, and then xCloud and PS Plus the next couple of days. Although we've kind of had a quick look at xCloud today, I'm quite happy it's about as good as it needs to be. So Rokk Show, about storage. I had installed a 2 terabyte hard drive into my PS5, and it cost $270 after tax. It's an investment, but it makes sense. Yeah, but I don't tend to download games very often, mate. I've got on my PS5, I've maybe got 3 installed games. Destiny, what's that Japanese one? Nagasaki, whatever it's called. And then I tend to play cloud stuff. I find their PS Plus implement, it's brilliant. It's, may only be 1080p, but it's absolutely flipping awesome. Similarly, on my Xbox, I play cloud. If I come across a game I like, I might put it on there, but I never download them first. Horizon I've got on there, but that's kind of it. So I'm happy with, I've not got anywhere near filling up the hard drive on mine. And similarly on here, now that I've got my 256 gig card, I will put a few more games on there. But I was thinking the other day, the only games I would put on here are ones that I would want to play if, for example, I was away for a weekend or on vacation or something. What games would I really like to play? Destiny, that kind of thing. I'd put them on here, but I wouldn't just install a ton of games. I'd rather go to GeForce Now or xCloud and play them. And quite honestly, when you're playing on that screen, they look as good as the Steam games that you've installed, because the resolution's 720p. You wouldn't know it, by the way. It looks really good. I install and then delete games. Yeah, I know, but it's a hassle of it, isn't it? I mean, that's the whole point of cloud. You haven't got to wait 30 minutes or more to install and then mess about with, in files and stuff. And yeah, okay, it's going to look its absolute best. But quite honestly, if I'm sat 10 feet away from my TV, I don't really notice much of a difference, and it gives me enough of a feel to know if it's a game I want to play or not. And if it is, there was one recently, I downloaded it in the end, and I'll play that. But other than that, it's not a big problem for me. It has a great Wi-Fi card in it, doesn't it, Winstar? This one I've actually got plugged in directly to the cable here, but when I take it back out into the lounge in a minute, it'll be doing the full-on Wi-Fi. And although I've got a 1 gig down, the router that is supplied from the supplier will only pump it out at 550 megs. More than enough, though. More than enough. Right, guys, we've really crashed into William's show now, so I'm going to say thank you for popping in. I hope you enjoyed that. And I will see you all on Rokk Show tomorrow. And, of course, we'll be back on the Good Ship Wednesday. Have a great Monday. You take care. Speak to you soon. Clocking out.